Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mikey, coming to you from one of the more famous sites in Scotland, or in Glasgow specifically. It's the industrialized area. You can see the bridge right behind me. One of the more famous construction sites in Glasgow. If you could also see well, it's really hard to do this. The little cones behind me. That's the convention center, and also right behind me, if you see far in the distance in between the cranes, that is Glasgow University. Stephen and I walked there over Shabbos. It was actually a very, very nice university. It was made in 1451. One of the first four universities ever made. Right behind St. Andrew's University. Had a great time walking there over Shabbos. Spent a lot of time just walking around the city of Glasgow over Shabbos, due to the fact that it was really, really long Shabbos. It lasted until 11:52. So it was pretty much up until the next day that we had Shabbos. It was a really interesting experience. A little bit sad spending Shabbos around Glasgow. There's the Garnethill synagogue, which has only about 15 people left there. Even though they're very, very sweet people, and even though they're exceptionally nice, and every single one of them came up to me and introduced themselves to me, there are only about 15 people left. So it's an aging community and somewhat of a dying community at that. But nonetheless, a great Shabbos with Stephen. Spent most of the day walking around with Stephen. Actually, spent most of the day sleeping and then walking around with Stephen. But we did have kosher food, and we did have pretty much everything that we needed. Really weird experience starting Shabbos at 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. rather, and going all the way until the next day. But really good experience, really fun. Got to catch up on a little bit of sleep. And it gave us the opportunity today to get a little bit of energy and go to the Charleroi Highland Games, which actually was a decent amount of fun. Got to check something off my list. It's the first time that I got to see any of these Highland Games, which I've always wanted to see. Basically, a few crazy Scotsmen playing shot put and basically chugging heavy stones, or chucking heavy stones, and just going insane. And then what everyone would call Highland dancing here, what I would call river dancing, also went on. And it was set in the backdrop of Charleroi, which was the hunting grounds of the Duke of Hamilton, that was made around the 1700s. Gorgeous area, great place to see the Highland Games, and also a great place to just enjoy the day. After that, we went to the Kelvin Grove, or Kelvin something museum somewhere here in downtown Glasgow, also next to the Glasgow University. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. Interactive museum, which you don't necessarily see so much in the States. Really interesting to see. Walked around with Stephen for a little bit, for about an hour or two, and then called it a day from there. Or he called it a day from there. He's still a little bit jet lagged from the entire trip. I spent the rest of the day just walking around Glasgow. Got a chance to see the Glasgow Cathedral, which, I'm sorry, I made a mistake when I recorded earlier. Was actually made in the 1200s. So the cathedral is about 800 years old, or a little bit over 800 years old. It was made by Saint Mungo, which I have no idea who he is, but apparently he's an important figure around here. But it was just great to see. It's really nice walking around Glasgow, and even though it's not my favorite city, definitely love Edinburgh a little bit more than this. Very interesting place. You can definitely see the effects of the Industrial Revolution on the city itself. The city expanded exponentially in the 1800s when the Industrial Revolution happened, and the effects of that are definitely still felt in the city. Even walking along the riverfront, which I don't know if you can see behind me. The houses sort of look like steel mills and stuff like that. But very interesting influences on the city itself. Looks like it's going to pour, so I think I'm going to run back. And also, it's almost about 10 o'clock, so should start my day tomorrow. We're going to be going up to Elgin, which is right in the middle of Speyside, so should start my day a little bit early tomorrow. Anyway, guys, hope to see you soon. Love you, and have a great one. Bye-bye.